Bring this up to zero, and then you move this down to about 6 o'clock, and that will move that. And that's
so you move. Did you say you moved this first or that? Which one?
This would be down on
for regular stitching.
For regular stitching, and then you move this over and move this up.
Okay.
And then whatever, there's a little a little notch
to show what it does.
Yeah, it shows
okay.
where that's at. Then you move this over like that.
Okay, wow.
And then when you get ready to do one of these decorative sewing, the book will show you this, but this turns that little for at 0 stitches per inch, where it just sews in one spot. This little notch right here, this little black is facing up. To get those different patterns, you will bring this down at least.
Oh, it twists.
At least to this on the bottom.
Okay.
And then you can even go a little bit more, but you want to find whatever, and that's why you sew on like a piece of material swatch.
Okay, to see what you're doing.
And just to see, but that makes a beautiful stitch.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I always use a white on the bobbin thread and a color. I use a light pink always on the top. And doesn't that have?
That is really nice.
And the zigzag ties all the way across on the top and on the bottom. That's a very fine balance.
That's really nice.
Machine.
Yes.
And then after you've oiled it, put the presser foot down and run the needle down into the material. And then before you start sewing, after I've oiled this, you see how that oil is on that needle bar?
Yep.
Can you see how that shines? What you want to do is before you start sewing, just take this and go like that, because you don't want to sew onto like a white material
and get it oily.
Oily.
Okay.
That just makes you so angry. So if you just run that needle down.
Yeah.
And this is a good way to transport it. Run that needle all the way down, and that way, if anything should happen, it's good. But do you have any other questions? And then you open this back up to about. They have a little white notch right there. About 2 is normal.
Okay.
See how that white notch lines up with that 2 right there?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and that's where normal sewing would be.
Okay, okay. And then, does this have to go back down for normal sewing?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay,
and
that goes back down too,
I always leave this on straight stitch and zigzag.
Okay.
And this here. And then to wind a bobbin, you just take the thread and wrap it around here, come over here, and that drops. And then this pushes forward to
hold the bobbin, yeah.
Another thing that was off is over here on the side. This, you hold the outside with one hand, and that pulls down, and that should only turn about about a quarter of a turn. And then
is that the clutch?
That's the clutch.
Okay.
Yeah, and what the problem was, somebody had taken this out, and that clutch is a circle with 3 little nubbins that come out of it, or maybe this one. Bernina's, sometimes they have 3, and sometimes it's 1 just big one.
Okay.
So, and it depends on what year it was manufactured.
Right.
But right now, that clutch, you release that clutch to wind the bobbin, and then when you're ready to sew, this
just tighten it back up.
Okay. And I want you to try that with your hand, so you can feel how when this and when you got it, because when you turn the hand wheel, the needle goes up and down. But when this is loose, see that the hand wheel turns, but the needle doesn't go up and down.
Okay.